Hi, I'm Lissa Friedman, the founder of the Enneagram School of Awakening and the Embodiment Tradition. I thought that I should talk about how the Enneagram is used, can be used for awakening. I'm calling my school the School of Awakening. Some people call it that it's about liberation or enlightenment or the spiritual dimensions of the Enneagram. What are we talking about? And how is the Enneagram used for that purpose? Because these days we see the Enneagram used for many things: how to use it in corporations, how to make have a good relationship, how to have your perfect mate. But really, our origin of this tool um, was in the Sufi mystery schools for the purpose of enlightenment or liberation or awakening, and only taught orally um, to seekers of truth. From there, we don't really know exactly what happened, but it seems like from there, Gurdjieff took it into his school, and he was a Russian mystic. He used it as one of the ways of working with people to help them awaken, also. And that's Oscar Chazo, the um, the founder of the Eureka School. Also, it was all about liberation and awakening and enlightenment. You know, all those big words. So how can the Enneagram be used that way? So first we have to figure out and understand, what is awakening or liberation? What are we talking about? We're not really talking about a person that can have a free, authentic expression. That's a piece of it. It is. But that's not totally what we're talking about. We're talking about knowing the truth, the one truth. Many of us these days know, at least understand, maybe intellectually, that there is only one thing going on, that we are all one. And what does that mean? Because my personality and how I look does not look like you and does not act like you. So, how am I one with you? How is that possible? And what are we talking about? What is the one? What is the oneness? This might help. Scientists these days are understanding that consciousness is not located in our brain, that consciousness is outside of the brain, that the brain is, and the body, the brain, is inside of consciousness. Huh. So we are inside of consciousness. That is the one thing. And consciousness enters into us, or because we are in it, we're filled with it. We are it. How about that? We are that. That consciousness thing, which, we could call it awareness or whatever we want to call it, because it really doesn't have specific qualities. But we are in it, and it is in us. That's why we can be conscious of everything. We can be conscious that we are conscious. We can be conscious of the room and how it looks. We can be conscious of trees, of each other. We can be conscious of our pattern and the tightness of it and how we're working with it and loosening it. So we are conscious individually, and we are within consciousness. What are some things that we could say about consciousness? When we are totally open and what I might call free, we might have a sense of stillness that seems to be boundless. We might have a sense of an energetic field of love. that is not ours. We might have a sense of spaciousness, boundless, that is not ours. We might have a sense of beingness, boundless. And from there, the essential natures that we talk about in the Enneagram come into being. The mind has different types, different qualities. The heart has different qualities. The body has different qualities. But there's a spaciousness that is the backdrop, the essential nature of mind. There is love, essential nature of the heart. There is being, manifesting, the essential nature of the body, of form within the formless. Consciousness is formless, and we have form and are also formless. And you can't have one without the other. We're all in this together, so to speak. So each type essentially contracts and becomes fixated, separate from consciousness. That is not a mistake. That is not wrong and bad. That is consciousness coming into being and coming into a dense form that feels like it is real and separate and solid, and that somehow or other it can be aware of consciousness, but it is separate from it. As we work with this, fixation and accept it, maybe love it, because it is consciousness, just all tight in a tight bundle, seemingly, that is actually not true, because it's still empty. But consciousness coming into this tight bundle to experience that, to have its unique experience, working with it, loving that, and then letting it open, peeling away layers of the fixation, of the tightness, of the contraction, allowing it to fall away by seeing it for what it is, letting it loosen, until we have direct access to our essential nature, which begins to shine through the personality. Personality is still there, empty, still, quiet, still there. Consciousness, the essential nature shining through within consciousness itself. Isn't that lovely? So then the fixation doesn't have to imitate its essence, and can be that, and it can shine through, and consciousness can be shining through as well. And we are that. We are consciousness. And everything is consciousness. That's how there can be one thing. Even though I look very different than you, I am the same consciousness you are, with a coding of an Enneatype that might be different than yours, might be the same. So I just wanted to share this, talking about the Enneagram and embodying these energies. It's important to know what we're meaning by awakening. Thank you.